Everybody, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. So in this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Sebastian Rogers case and why I'm not talking about it anymore on my channel. It's not that I'm avoiding the topic, it's just that I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say. I feel like people are just churning out content, just churning and churning and churning. And it's getting ugly out there in the YouTube streets, trying to find Sebastian Rogers. It's like people don't even care about him anymore. Before I go any further, if you don't know who Sebastian Rogers is, he is a 15-year-old autistic boy that went missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee on February 26th. So it's been over 3 months he's been missing. And yeah, he's basically gone without a trace. And it's been a circus. It has been a circus. Like his mother, his stepdad, his dad, all the people they get involved in the search, YouTubers, it's been a crap fest. And I have not really seen any indication of it ever being about finding Sebastian. It's either a pissing contest between the stepdad and the dad, or a pissing contest between YouTubers. It's just YouTubers trying to get views. It's become a YouTube thing, really. It's YouTubers trying to get views is mainly what it's been. And I didn't want to be lumped in with those people. And so that's one of the reasons I stopped talking about him. I try to raise awareness about him and stuff, but like as far as my channel goes, there's nothing new for me to say. There's nothing I can add. So, and why I'm making this video is because I was checking on the case and seeing what was going on, and it's a bigger circus than it has been. And I'm quite disgusted with some of my fellow YouTubers. Honestly, I am. There's irresponsible YouTubers posting things like just about him being dead, just Sebastian's dead, and having these wild theories and making accusations that the mom unalived him and all this stuff. And you know, I have my theories and I believe what I believe, but you have to be responsible with what you share. And just putting out there information about the potential death, and you are so hell-bent on getting your information out there and you're saying it with your whole chest, I think it's irresponsible. We don't know that he's not alive. We don't know that. We don't know that the mom is involved. I think that I'm with most people when I say it's probably, you know, it's a very real possibility. But we can't say that definitively, and it's irresponsible to do that. It is irresponsible to do that. There are other YouTubers that I believe are just flat out lying, and there's just so much, just a flux of information that is just not necessary to know in the search for this boy. And there's, you know, just these YouTubers are just so irresponsible. They're trying to get super chats. They're trying to get subscribers. They're trying to get views. And I get that. We're on YouTube for views. I understand that. But it shouldn't be at the expense of an autistic child. It shouldn't be at the expense of any person. But it is ridiculous the lengths some of these people are going to just to get attention on their channel. And I know maybe some of them think that in their heart they're doing the right thing, but they're not. It is so irresponsible to sit there and harp on the child being dead when we have no idea if he is or not. We just don't know. I mean, there's going to come a point to where if he hasn't been found, you know, someone might have to acknowledge that okay, so we're going to consider him unalive. You know, we're going to consider him deceased. But we're not there yet. And I just think it's incredibly irresponsible to do that with your channel. There was one YouTuber, And I actually have not seen her channel in a while. It was a small channel, like I think she had maybe 10,000 subscribers. But she lives in Florida, where I live. And she was like acting like she was searching for Sebastian, like she was helping in this physical search for Sebastian. This was months ago. And I can tell by the park she was at. I knew the park she was at. She was in a park. I recognized the park she was at. And I knew she was full of it, and she was lying. She wasn't in Tennessee helping with the search. I mean, sure, it's possible he was in that park. It's possible he could be anywhere. But, you know, she was just full of it. And she was like looking around, and I just haven't seen him. And she's like looking and like looking at the ground and like, oh, look, there's an empty battery pack. Maybe he had to put new batteries in his flashlight. And it was just ridiculous. And I can't remember the name of her channel now. I'd know it if I saw it. I haven't seen it in a while. But she was just ridiculous. And I'm like, this heifer is sitting here doing this for views. She doesn't care about finding this kid. And I feel that way about a lot of creators. Like, they've convinced themselves they care, but they don't care. And I feel like some of them, just like I feel with the Madeline Soto situation, they want it to be the worst possible thing. You know, it's not about truth. It's about it being the worst possible thing, to where I feel like if he is found alive, people are going to be disappointed, because it's not a gnarly, gory discovery that we can now get our pitchforks and torches and go after the mom, and, you know, and it's just sanctimonious. It's just so sanctimonious of people who want to, they're trying to make a name for themselves in some way, and they're using this child to do that instead of just being good people and getting his face out there and saying, hey, look, this kid is missing. Commit him to memory. And if you find him, or if you see someone that looks like him, maybe tell somebody. You know, it's not about that. It's about just bullshitting their audience and getting their audience all riled up about something and getting their audience going. And it's about just creators warring among each other. And there's one woman who I don't remember the name of her channel, but all she did was yell. She was just sitting there yelling at her camera. I'm like, bitch, what are you yelling at? And it turned me off. I didn't want to listen to her at all. So, because I saw her and I'm like, well, let me watch her video and see what she has to say. And it was just her yelling at the camera. And I'm like, I am not listening to that bullshit. And, you know, excuse my language, but I exited that video as quick as I entered it, because I'm not going to sit there and listen to some woman yell into her camera. I mean, I understand. I get hot, I get mad sometimes, and I get a little excited, but I try very hard to not yell at the camera, you know. And she's just like yelling, and I'm like, ow, you know. And also the assumptions, the accusations, the theories people have that they're trying to push as truth, that, you know, what they believe is the only thing it could possibly be, and no one else's theory is legitimate, and you as my audience need to believe this, you know. And I'm just reading my notes here. They're dead set on their theories and their belief system, and that's what everybody better believe, or they're on the wrong channel. They need to go watch someone else's channel. And they're trying to present their theories and their thoughts and their ideas as fact. And nobody has any true hard facts as to what happened to Sebastian yet. So I was watching one video today, and they were talking about, you know, death, like, you know, if, you know, what the punishment is for this and everything. And I was like, oh my God, did they find his body? They did not. This was another irresponsible YouTuber creating content to create content and to get attention on their channel. That's what it was. And it's extremely irresponsible. And I may be making some enemies with this video. Probably not, because no one watches. But you know, I try, you know, and during this case from the start, I have gotten hot, and I did make a video where I was really upset with Sebastian's mom. But then I thought about it some more, and you know, I have a different idea of what's going on. I'm not going to share it anymore because people are shits. I'm sorry, some of you people watching these YouTube videos are shits. Not my regular viewers. Y'all are all great. I'm sorry, I needed a sip. But, and then there's another YouTuber who's just, I'm not naming any of them, and I'm not going to, because if you are in the YouTube streets watching this Sebastian Rogers content, you know who they all are. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest with you now, I haven't watched every single YouTuber that's covering Sebastian Rogers. But of the ones I've watched, the only one I have any respect for anymore is Michelle After Dark. And I haven't watched Pascal in a while, but I was liking his coverage. I was, you know, I did have some respect for him. I haven't watched him in a while, so I don't know where he's at with all that. But I never want to be about manipulating my audience to believe the thing I want to push. Okay, I have an opinion. I will share my opinion. I invite others to share their opinions kindly in the comments without being a shit, you know. And this isn't a search. This isn't about finding Sebastian, and it never has been. It's just a cast of characters. It's a circus, and it's ridiculous. It's just, I don't know, it's sad. It's very sad because they need to find this young man. One way or the other. Hopefully they'll find him alive. I was believing for a long time he was still alive. Now I don't know what to believe, but if you believe, like, if you have an opinion that mom is guilty of something or whatever, that's fine. I'm not yelling at you for having an opinion. I'm just talking about irresponsible YouTubers who say definitively this is how it is, or who use death and try to sell that on their platform, even though they know damn good and well this child's body hasn't been found yet. It's just about content creators trying to outdo each other by, like, well, I saw him here, I saw him there. There's one who, like, a lot of his video titles are, Sebastian Rogers sighting, and it's just quit being irresponsible. This is someone's life. This is a child, and they're being so irresponsible and just such assholes. I mean, to be honest, that's what they're being. And I mean, we're lucky to have a platform like YouTube to share whatever we want to share on it. Like, we can do almost anything on YouTube without, you know, being too crazy. For that, there is the OF. But we're lucky to have this platform, and but, you know, be responsible with it. I try to be responsible with mine. I'm sure I've said things on my channel that maybe some people might consider irresponsible, but I try not to. But, like, people are making hours-long videos just blatantly lying and selling it as fact, or selling their theories as actual, you know, truth. And it's like I said, it's irresponsible. And so that's really why I don't really cover Sebastian Rogers anymore. I don't really have anything new to say, and it's a circus, and I support finding him. I want justice for Sebastian, but what YouTubers are doing right now, except for a couple responsible ones, I can only think of one, but I'm sure there are other ones, this is not the way to do it. Use your platform for good, and don't try to be a shock jock, okay? So I'm gonna go, but that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to everyone later. Bye.